Hi everyone, my name's Anne-Marie. Welcome to Card Making Project 563. Today we're going to make a gorgeous card using our Anna Griffin supplies, and it's sadly our last project of the year. However, don't be too sad. I will be here again on Monday with a Christmas special. So, after Monday I will be having a little break. All the details you'll get on Monday anyway. But today is our last project of 2019 and it had to be a good one to finish with. And I think I've nailed that. I think today's project you are going to totally love. I think it's ideal to give to somebody special. It's ideal to give to somebody very special to you, so you get to see the joy of it sitting on your mantelpiece. Because we're revisiting a favourite from the summer. We created some rock wobble cards in the summer and I knew I had to make one at Christmas, and today's is just beautiful, it really is. Everything I do use I should put in a detailed list on my blog, so please be sure to check it out. It's worth spending 5-10 minutes having a look around my blog because there's so many other projects on there for ideas and inspiration, and there's lots of photos on there as well. Maybe videos aren't your thing and you prefer looking at photos, take 5 minutes and have a look at the projects, and there's lots of photos of everything creation wise for each project. At the end of the video my head's going to pop up in one of the corners somewhere, and if you click on it you can subscribe to YouTube and then you can be notified when new videos are out. Now, as far as I'm concerned, I will be back after Monday on the 6th of January. As long as I've got my dates correct, I'm sure it's the 6th. And we shall be starting the new year with all occasion, and it will be Anna Friday and Mondays and Fab Scraps Wednesdays. So, for notifications, it's worth subscribing to YouTube. You can always find me on Facebook. Let me know what creation has been your favourite throughout the year. It's been very nice hearing from you. I do love hearing from you. I like hearing that I give you ideas and inspiration and you enjoy watching. I'm not a professional videoer. I'm not, I'm not trained to do this. I don't always find it easy. But it is nice for you to be able to see my face. And one thing from this year, I was going to save this for Monday actually, but I'll tell you today. One thing from this year that stood out more than any other year is that because now I show you the items that we're going to use, you craft along with me. You actually watch the video and you do it at the same time. And I think that's brilliant because it's like we're sat together crafting. And I think it's awesome. It's like having friends round to craft. And I just want to thank the ladies that do that. Because without you, I wouldn't be spurred on to keep going. So, without further ado today, this is our last project of the year. I think it's worthy of a little bit of a drum roll. Let's have a look at today's gorgeous Christmas card, and I will see you on Monday. For today's last tutorial of the year, our last Christmas card for 2019, we're going to use quite a few of our Anna Griffin goodies. The first thing that we're going to use is the Christmas Say It Anyway stamps. Now, I'm going to use this one here. It says, Merry Christmas from our family to yours. This card is from me to you because I know you expect something really special for the last tutorial of the year, and I think this one's going to be. So this is from my family to your family. If you don't have these stamps, please substitute it for whatever Christmas stamps you want to use. This is for the insert. Next, this is an old one from Anna, and these are our holly holly dies from a few years ago. And if you don't have them, don't worry, whatever holly dies you have. Maybe you have the mini botanical dies. you could use the holly from there, because we are going to use different holly as well. You can substitute quite a lot really for this one. Next, it's the Crosses Cut and Emboss set. Now I know again this is one of those, like the Say It Anyway Christmas stamps, that hasn't been available in the UK. However, you might have something from your frame dies that would work equally as well. This is just for the background behind the sentiment on the front. So whatever you have, you could use. Then we're going to use the mini botanical dies. Again, I know you're all screaming at me in the UK that we haven't had these. If you have poinsettia dies from whatever make, you would be able to use those. And my friends across the pond, you have had these, and they're just gorgeous dies. I was very lucky to be able to get those myself. So the first thing that we're going to want is a die cut circle. Now you're also going to need circle nesting dies. Some of my favourite dies are just the basic nesting dies that could be any brand. Mine are called from a company called Presscut, and they go up to 8 inches round, and that's what I've used here. This is an 8-inch round card. From my friends that don't like large cards, just hang on in there till the end. But for everybody else, this is an 8x8 circle. I've kind of scored it in the middle, but at one side I've used my handmade by stamp. I've added my name and I've added the project number. I've scored it in the middle. I'm going to fold it over, and then I'm going to use my bone folder to make sure I've got a nice sharp crease. Now, you know I'm going to make a rocker card, or a wobble card as some people call it. It's all in the creases to make it wobble. You want nice sharp creases, so whether you use a bone folder or a ruler or a pencil, something to make that sharp along the edge. So this is the base for the rocker. Already it's doing it on its own. We know that's going to be the front because we've hand stamped on the back. We're going to add an insert, and it's just a simple insert. So it's a circle that's smaller than the outside of the larger circle. I've folded it in half, and I've stamped Merry Christmas from our family to yours, so from me to you. I am simply going to add my signature here, because basically it is from me to you. And I just want to wish you all Merry Christmas. If I could send you all a card, I would do. But this is a collective card that I'm sending to you digitally. So I've got flat tape on the back of my half circle. I'm butting it up to the fold in the middle, and then I'm going to press down like so. I'm going to use my bone folder again, just to make sure we've got a nice sharp crease. And so the inside looks like that. Now if you want to add extra tape on that side, you can do. If you want to leave it as it is, you can do. It's completely up to you, it doesn't really matter. I don't have any extra tape here. I've got, no, I haven't. There we go. So I'm going to leave mine like that. But I am going to turn my attention to the front. Next, you're going to cut a circle, again in Christmas cardstock, that coordinates. And I've got a theme running through mine. It's going to be, I'm going to say silver and gold, but it isn't actually silver when we get to the front of it. You'll see what I mean. So I've die cut a circle that's about 1 inch smaller for the circumference. So it would actually be sized roughly 2 inches smaller because it's 1 inch at either side. I've got 3D foam on the back just to below the centre, because we're going to add the circle to the actual base circle through the centre like that, and then press it down like so, so you don't see the foam pads at the back. And again, we'll just check it gives a wobble. It does. Now we can decorate it. I'm going to start off and I'm going to add the sentiments in the middle. So my first trick, I've die cut the cross die. It's like the starburst dies, which you could use. They'd work equally as well. And I've used the matte foil. I've actually used the blue. Now this is what I was saying about, I want to say it's silver and gold, but it's actually blue. And I just think this is going to work so well. I've got 3D foam on the back, and I'm simply going to add that in the centre of our circle. I've then got a sentiment from the favourite Christmas sentiment stickers, and instead of using it as a sticker, I've got 3D foam on the back, and that's going to sit on top of our cross die, our starburst die, like that. Press that down nice and firm. Next, I have some stickers from the favourite 3D embellishments. Now these are just holly stickers, and even though the stickers on the back, I'm going to add some silicone glue to these. I'm going to go as quick as I can, and I don't want you to all think, oh, she's going to take ages to do this, because each of my layers is going to have a little bit of silicone, but it's only because there's going to be so many layers, I want them to be able to stick well. So I've got 5 of these holly stickers in the gold, peeling the back off and just making sure I've got them roughly where I want them. So it also gives me a little bit of wiggle room as well, having the silicone. Next, I've die cut. Do you remember the holly die, the full die that we have? I've die cut that in the gold foil. I've got 3D foam on the back of this, and I am simply going to start adding this around the edge as well. Now I'm using silicone as well, just to give it a little bit of extra height. Plus, to be honest, my foam has dried up under the light. I've not had that before. So we're just using extra, just a little bit of extra glue. And I'm adding all the holly leaves around the edge, just at different angles. It doesn't matter how they go on, and it doesn't matter where they sit really. We'll have that one, have a little bit more on there, and we'll add that there. And the last one we'll add at the top there. So we've overlaid them and added different heights to our holly leaves. Next, I've used the poinsettia die to create 5 gorgeous poinsettias using a mixture of both the gold and the blue matte foil. All I've done is die cut them in both of the foils, and then just split the middle of one colour to the middle of the other and swap them about. The top of the actual poinsettias, you can see that, I have simply used a circle punch, a mini circle punch to make a circle, and I've used 3D foam just to add those to the top. So now I can add these around the outside. I'm going to go alternate colours, and I'm going to start with a gold one. Again, I have 3D foam on the back, but I'm thinking I just want an extra bit of height. So that's gold. We'll go blue next. Blue to the other side, like so. And maybe get that a little bit more central. And then we've got 2 more to add, like that. And the last one, there we go, to that side. And the last thing I have to add is a little bow. When everything seems to be in the right place, there we go. So we've got the wiggle room with the silicone, and now I can add a large gold bow just underneath our sentiment, like that, and press it down. And that is our card finished. Now I'm going to risk it and give it a little bit of a wobble, even though our glue's loose. So let's be quick. See, it looks perfect from where I'm sitting. Now I know this is a big card, and I know many of you will be thinking, oh, that's alright for you, Anne-Marie, because in the UK you can post big square cards. But I can't, because, you know, postage is too high, or I don't have the card stock. So I made a baby one, and luckily the baby one is dry, using exactly the same process, but just a smaller circle to start with, and that would fit into a 6x6 envelope. And I just think they're so cool, and believe it or not, I've used all the same items, just less leaves and less holly die cuts and less poinsettias, smaller bow. Now the inside I have used a black ink instead of a gold one, but you can see I've even used the cross starburst underneath die. It's just, you know, they're stunning. I love Wobble rocker cards, and these are going to look so cool. I will take a little video of them rocking on the website. Look at those. I know you can't see the front of them, but believe me, they just look great. And can you imagine that on a mantelpiece and the wind blowing through, there's a little draft through the window, and it just rocks on its own. Please check the blog for so many more photos of these cards, because I just love the rocker cards. They just look so great. They're so cool, especially when you see them rocking together. I will take a video of them both rocking. Check out the blog for all the ingredients I've used. There's so many other projects on there. It's been quite a year really. We've done so much, we've covered so much, we've learnt so much, we've used so much. Check out Monday for a very, 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 very special Christmas video. I'm not going to tell you anything about it, but I just hope you enjoy it. It kind of like, oh, you see, I'm going to tell you now, we're kind of going to have a little review of the year and maybe a few surprises. Well worth checking it on Monday. So it just remains for me to say thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you next time.